Hi everyone. Every morning you open your eyes is not just another day. It's a new chance, a reset, a quiet whisper from life saying, I'm not done with you yet. That alone should shake your soul awake, because whether you believe it or not, you are not behind. You are not lost. You are not stuck. You are becoming stronger, becoming wiser, becoming the woman you were always meant to be. But I know how hard it is to feel that when you're in the middle of the process. Growth doesn't come with a map. There's no GPS for transformation. You don't get an alert on your phone that says, congratulations, you're on track. Most days it feels like you're walking in the dark, unsure, exhausted, and wondering if it's even working. You put in the effort, you read the books, you journal, you try to speak kindly to yourself. You show up even when your heart is tired, and still, there are days you feel like you're drowning in doubt. That's the part no one talks about. That space between who you were and who you're becoming, it's messy, it's uncomfortable, and it's lonely. You start losing people who don't understand your growth. You start shedding habits that once comforted you. You feel the growing pains deep in your spirit, and you start to wonder if maybe staying the same would have been easier. But I need you to hear me when I say this. Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's wrong. Just because it's taking time doesn't mean it's not working. Becoming is not a clean, polished process. It's raw, it's quiet, it's sacred. It's the daily decision to fight for the version of you that only you can see. You see, society loves a finished product. We love before and after photos, success stories, highlight reels. But what we don't see, what we don't talk about, is the middle. The months, sometimes years of uncertainty. The crying on the bathroom floor because everything feels like too much. The lonely nights, the inner war between your old patterns and your new identity. That's where most people quit. Not because they don't want growth, but because they don't realize that this right here is growth. The truth is, there is no finish line when it comes to working on yourself. This is a lifelong process. And every single day you show up, every small act of courage, every moment you choose discipline over comfort, every time you speak to yourself with grace instead of criticism, you are laying a brick. A single brick. It may not look like much today, but give it time. That brick becomes a wall, that wall becomes a foundation, and that foundation becomes a new life. You don't owe the world perfection. You don't have to have it all figured out. What matters is that you keep moving. Even if it's just one small step. Even if you feel like you're crawling some days. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are not failing. You are growing. You are doing the sacred, invisible work that no one else can do for you. And one day, it will show, not just on the outside, but in the way you carry yourself, in your peace, in your power, in your presence. And I want you to look back one day and be proud, not just of what you accomplished, but of how fiercely you kept going when no one clapped for you, when no one saw your effort, when no one understood the quiet war you were fighting inside. That is where the real strength is built, in those silent battles, in the choice to rise again and again, even when it hurts. Stop comparing your timeline to someone else's. You are not late, you are not slow, you are on a divine schedule. What's meant for you cannot be rushed, and it cannot be stolen. Your job is not to force the future. Your job is to show up today, to do the work, to speak life into your dreams, even when the world seems silent, to believe in your healing, even if it's taking longer than you hoped. And don't forget becoming her, the woman you admire, the woman you dream about, the woman who seems confident, calm, and grounded. She's not some distant version of you. She's already inside you. You're not becoming someone else. You're returning to yourself. Every day you work on yourself, you peel away what the world tried to make you. You unlearn the lies, you let go of the fear, and you come home to your own strength, your own voice, your own truth. So when it feels like you're not making progress, pause, breathe, reflect, and remind yourself progress isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it looks like saying no to something that drains you. Sometimes it looks like resting instead of running. Sometimes it's crying in your car, but still going to that therapy session. That's all part of it. That's the work. You are not broken. You're breaking through. Every version of you that's ever existed has brought you to this moment. The one who didn't know better, the one who made mistakes, the one who struggled, the one who survived. Don't hate her. Thank her. She got you here. She fought through things you don't talk about. She held it together when everything was falling apart. And now it's your turn to take that strength and build something beautiful with it. You may not be where you want to be yet, but you're not where you were. That's proof. That's progress. That's becoming. Self-love is often painted as soft, soothing, and quiet. And yes, sometimes it is. It's warm baths, good books, and peaceful moments. But there's another side of self-love that no one talks about enough. The fierce, uncomfortable, gritty kind. The kind that wakes you up at 5 a.m. when every part of you wants to sleep in. The kind that says no to the easy way out. The kind that chooses growth over and over, even when it's the last thing you feel like doing. That kind of love is called discipline. And discipline, though it may not feel like love in the moment, is one of the purest and most powerful forms of self-respect you can ever practice. Discipline is choosing your future self over your current comfort. It's setting boundaries, showing up, pushing past excuses, not because you hate who you are, but because you believe in who you can become. When you choose discipline, you're telling yourself, you matter, your dreams matter, your potential matters. That's not harsh, that's not rigid, that's not cold. That's love in motion. There's a lie we're often told, especially as women, that being soft, pleasing, and easygoing makes us lovable. But here's the truth. Strength is love. Structure is love. Commitment is love. It's loving yourself enough to protect your time. It's loving yourself enough to say, I deserve more than the bare minimum from myself and from others. But here's the part that makes discipline so hard. It doesn't feel good right away. In fact, sometimes it feels like punishment. It feels lonely. It feels frustrating. It feels like you're constantly at war with the voice inside that just wants comfort, rest, and ease. That voice will whisper things like, one day off won't hurt, or you've been doing enough lately, you can let it slide, or even, why are you trying so hard? No one's watching. But someone is watching. You are. You are watching. Your future is watching, and every time you show up for yourself, every time you do the hard thing when no one's watching, you're building trust with the most important person in your life. Discipline is not about perfection, it's about consistency. It's not about waking up at 5 a.m. every single day, eating perfectly, and executing every plan without failure. It's about showing up even after you fall off. It's about saying, I didn't do great yesterday, but I'm not giving up on myself today. That's real power. Not in never falling, but in rising. And when you start building that trust, everything changes. You stop relying on motivation. You stop waiting for someone to rescue you. You stop depending on external validation. Because you've proven to yourself that you can be counted on. You can follow through. You can keep a promise to yourself. And there is nothing more powerful than a woman who trusts herself that deeply. Think about it like this. Discipline is like planting seeds. You don't see results right away. You don't get applause or instant gratification. In fact, sometimes you feel silly, waking up early, going to the gym, working on your goals when no one notices. But you keep planting, you keep watering, you keep showing up. And eventually, one day you look up and realize you've grown. You've become the woman you once wished you were. And it wasn't luck, it wasn't magic, it was discipline. Quiet, daily, relentless. Discipline also protects your energy. It helps you say no to the things that don't serve you. The draining friendships, the pointless scrolling, the endless distractions. When you start to discipline your time, your space, and your mind, you stop living on autopilot. You start choosing how to live. You become intentional, focused, aligned. And suddenly, your life doesn't feel chaotic anymore, it feels directed. But here's the hard truth. Choosing discipline means being willing to disappoint some people. It means saying no when others expect yes. It means skipping out on the late nights, the mindless fun, the easy comforts that keep you small. And it's hard. It's lonely sometimes. But let me ask you this. Who would you rather disappoint? Someone else for a moment or yourself forever? Choosing yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary because no one else is responsible for building your dreams. No one else is going to hand you the life you want. That's on you. And the good news is you are capable. You are strong enough. You are more than equipped to do hard things. You've done hard things before. You've survived every dark day, every heartbreak, every setback. That same strength, it's still in you. And when you channel that into discipline, into focused effort, into daily action, you become unstoppable. You don't have to go all in on day one. You just have to start. Start small, wake up 15 minutes earlier, write one page, say no to one thing that drains you. Choose one healthy meal. Just one. Because discipline is not about doing everything perfectly, it's about doing something consistently. And here's the beautiful part. The more you practice discipline, the easier it gets. Not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. You build momentum. You build confidence. You start to see progress. And that progress, that's fuel, that's fire. That's proof that you're capable of changing your life one choice at a time. So the next time you feel tired, unmotivated, or tempted to give up, remind yourself, discipline is not punishment. It's proof that you love yourself enough to do what's hard now, so you can live with freedom later. It's choosing the discomfort of growth over the illusion of ease. It's sacrificing a little bit of comfort today, so that you can wake up tomorrow with pride, knowing you honored your goals, your word, your vision. You may not see the full picture yet. You may still be in the middle of the process. But you are not lost. You are in it, in the work, in the change, in the rise. And every disciplined step you take is building something sacred, not just success, but self-worth. Not just results, but resilience. And that's everything. We often think that life changes in the big, bold moments. The job promotions, the massive breakthroughs, the dramatic transformations. But the truth is, the real change happens in the quiet, in the small choices you make when no one is watching, in the decisions that seem insignificant at the time, but build into something powerful over days, weeks, months. You want to change your life? Start small, because small steps taken consistently will change your life. Not someday, but today. We live in a world that glorifies the all or nothing mentality. We're taught to believe that unless we overhaul everything, unless we make massive moves, it's not worth it. But here's the thing. Big changes don't last if they're not built on small, consistent actions. It's the daily habits, the subtle shifts, the quiet commitment to do one thing better today than you did yesterday. That's where transformation lives. Think about it. You don't become confident overnight. Confidence is built by doing the thing you said you'd do. It's built when you keep promises to yourself no matter how small. It's built when you say, I'm going to go for a 10-minute walk, and you actually do it. It's when you choose water over soda, when you journal for 5 minutes instead of scrolling, when you sit in stillness for just a moment instead of rushing through your day. These don't seem like major accomplishments, but they are. Because every time you choose growth, even in a small way, you're rewriting your identity. And let me tell you something powerful. Those small steps, they compound, they add up, they start to form a new rhythm in your life. What felt like discipline becomes part of who you are. What felt difficult starts to feel natural. You don't need to wake up tomorrow and become a different person. You just need to do one thing today that moves you toward the woman you want to become. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be real. Real effort, real intention, real heart. Because if you wait until it's perfect, you'll wait forever. If you wait until you feel like it, you'll stay in the same place. You can't rely on motivation. Motivation is fleeting, but momentum, that's what you're building with every small step. And momentum doesn't care how small the step is, it just needs you to keep moving. Maybe today, your small step is getting out of bed when you want to stay curled up in your blanket of excuses. Maybe it's showing up to your workout even though you feel tired. Maybe it's sending that email, making that call, facing that fear you've been avoiding. Whatever it is, do something is everything. Something is where the magic begins. You don't need to know the entire path. You don't need a 5-year plan mapped out perfectly. You just need to ask yourself, what can I do today to get 1% better? That's it, just 1%. Just today. You can't do everything in a day, but you can do one thing that matters, and then tomorrow you do it again and again. Until one day you look in the mirror and don't even recognize a woman staring back at you. Not because she looks different, but because she feels different. But because she feels different, stronger, braver, more grounded, more herself. Change is not always visible right away. Sometimes you'll be doing the work and not see a single result. And that's where most people quit. But I need you to hold on. Keep going, even when it's invisible. Because those invisible days, that's where the foundation is being built. The habits you create when no one sees are the habits that carry you when life gets hard. Not glamorous, there's no applause, there's no viral post, but there's you, showing up, doing the work, laying brick after brick after brick until one day you realize you've built something strong, something stable, something real. And don't let anyone minimize your progress. People say, oh, that's just a little thing, but they don't see what it means. They don't see that saying no today means you're learning to protect your peace. That choosing a healthier meal means you're starting to value your body. That spending 5 minutes in prayer or reflection means you're reconnecting to your purpose. It might look small to them, but it's not small to you. And that's what matters. The biggest mistake we make is underestimating the power of now. We think our future depends on some huge moment down the road. But your future, it starts today with one choice, one shift, one moment of bravery. You don't become her, the strong, confident, grounded version of yourself, by waiting. You become her by deciding that she starts showing up now, with whatever tools you have, with whatever energy you can give, with whatever strength is left in your soul. And let me be honest with you, there will be days when you don't feel like it. Days when the last thing you want to do is take that step. That's okay, you're not a machine. But even on those days, remind yourself why you started. Remember the version of you who was tired of feeling stuck. Remember the vision that pulled you forward. And remember, even rest can be a small step forward when done with intention. This is not about hustling yourself into the ground. This is not about perfectionism or pressure. This is about choosing progress. Choosing yourself in the smallest, most intentional ways every day. That's what creates change. That's what builds confidence. That's what transforms your life. So don't wait for the big breakthrough. Don't wait until you have more time, more money, more motivation. That version of you that you're dreaming of, she's not a fantasy. She's not far away. She's already inside of you, waiting for you to take that next small, brave step. Today, one small step, that's all it takes to begin. Not perfection, not a dramatic transformation overnight, just one decision, one act of courage, one moment where you choose growth over comfort. Do it today, and then do it again tomorrow. That's how you become the woman you're meant to be, not by waiting for the perfect time, but by showing up, even in the imperfect ones. Keep planting, keep building, keep believing. You are not stuck, you are becoming. And every small step you take is a promise to yourself that you're worth the effort. Because you are, always. If you learned something new from this tutorial, don't forget to like and subscribe.